Guten Morgen, meine Damen und mein Herr. My name is Alex Woodle. I live in Massachusetts, one of the 6 states of the New England region, and my cousin Nicole has asked me to answer a series of questions for your class. New England is about twice the size of Austria in area and has a little less than twice the population. The first question she wanted me to answer was, what would be the 5 recommended spots for a visitor to come to New England and see? It's a difficult question, but let me give it a try. The first spot that I would pick for you to visit would be the Old North Bridge, for this was the site of the beginning of the War of Independence, where America broke free from Britain over 200 years ago. The second site that I would pick would be the White Mountains of New Hampshire, where all of you would probably feel very comfortable and at home because it looks a lot like the Tyrol. It's a great area for recreation, both in the winter, the summer, and the fall, and from hiking to skiing to camping. The third area I'd recommend would be Arcadia National Park, which is situated on the coast of Maine and is along the Atlantic Ocean seaboard. Not famous for its swimming because the water is so cold, but famous for its rocky coastline, its lighthouses, its forested mountains, and its picturesque viewing. The fourth area I would pick would be Cape Cod, also along the Atlantic coast, but further south in Massachusetts, well known for its vacationing in the summertime to escape the heat of the interior of the United States by many visitors, not only New Englanders. It has wonderful beaches, plenty of places to eat and to swim and to go boating and fishing. And finally, we can't leave out the city of Boston, by far the biggest city in New England, and it has approximately 500,000 people. It's very compact, it's historic. There are about 40 colleges and universities throughout Boston, so there's a very vigorous young population. And Boston is famous for its research in medicine and technology. It's also famous for its historic sites and buildings. And of course, New England has a tremendous following for its professional sports teams, 3 of which are based in the Boston, Mass area. Second question that Nicole asked me to answer was, what's so special about New England? Well, it was glaciated 10,000 years ago by the continental ice sheet, so its landforms are well-rounded and smooth, not as sharp as you would find in the Austrian Alps, but it's very picturesque, and the early colonial settlers from the 1600s on had cleared all the land. But today in the 21st century, most of New England is heavily forested, and it's full of hiking trails, camping areas, lakes and ponds for boating, swimming, skiing, as well as the Atlantic shoreline, and at least 3 mountain ranges in the northern part of New England, the Green, the White Mountains, and the mountains of Maine. Other areas of New England, especially in the fall foliage season, offer this beautiful viewing of our sugar maple tree, which only exists in about 3 areas of the world, displaying its colors from green to yellow to orange to red and all the colors in between. So New England is very special in that sense. The third question she asked was, is there a big difference between New England and the other areas of the U.S.? Well, we've already talked a little bit about its physical geography, and its climate is different. It's cold, snowy winters, hot, humid summers, except along the shoreline we have nice cooling breezes. And also New England only represents 2% of the whole area of the United States and only 5% of its population. However, New England is a center for technology, for leaders in education, medicine, and research. And finally, New England is known for its being very liberal politically. And fully almost 20% of all the United States presidents, vice presidents, and speakers of the House, a position which is second in line of succession to the president, have come from men who have lived in New England.